Cheers, and how you do, buckaroos? How the heck are I can't even tell if it's going, man. Are we going? There we go. Shit. I got a glare. I can't tell what's going on. Anyway, nobody cares, Tom. Hey, man, it's Whiskey Wednesday as I do this video. I've got some Heaven's Door Tennessee bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. It is a 90 proof bourbon. To read a little bit from their label here, we wanted to create a collection of American whiskeys that in their own way tell a story, from Bob Dylan. Our Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey, aged for a minimum of 7 years. Their website actually says 8. The bottle says 7. Is exceptional by all measures, smooth and lasting with notes of baking spices, vanilla, layered over a bed of toasted oak. Yes, it does all that and a whole lot more. I got to be honest with you. This stuff is crazy impressive. And here I'm having some other rocks. And I'll be honest with you, for the most part, it's been a neat whiskey for me, but I do have a rather warm Ozarks day here. So I thought I'd take an 1.5 ounces on the nose, check it on the rocks, and well, let's just see what happens, man. So yeah, the flavors and aromas that they suggest are smooth and lasting notes of baking spices, vanilla layered over a toasted oak. Yeah, it does all that, but it does a whole lot more. That really is kind of like a Cliff Notes version of what this beer or whiskey does. Bread notes. I'm going to take it a little step farther and say you get these notes of like a fresh baked a brown bread or pumpernickel like bread, because you get these caraway like notes. So a lot of honey-like sweetness. There's also a lot of I'm gonna say molasses, so like a light brown sugar-like note as well. Toasted oak, yeah, you do find toasted oak, and you do find the baking spice, but here's how you get hit. You get some of those oak notes right away, along with the vanilla that runs all the way through it, and you really feel those oak notes again right in the finish, along with those baking spice notes. Cinnamon, allspice, cardamom. Among those, I mean, you may feel some other spice notes, but those are what a nutmeg. You may get some others as well, but those are the ones that really come to the forefront for me. A lot of cinnamon, a lot of allspice, cardamom for sure. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous, man. This makes you feel good all over, man. You get that combination of honey and vanilla and brown sugar sweetness to kind of run all the way through it. And you get that spice to finish. It is rather sweet for a straight Tennessee whiskey. It almost has those liqueur-like notes. It has that kind of sweetness in it. Once you get to that, well, I'm right at where I am, right at that sweet spot, I call it. Right when you get that right amount of water in there, man, brings all those sugars all to the surface, just makes you feel good all over, baby. A piece of your custard pie. Anyway, I love that song, man. One of my favorites up there was Custard Pie. Just want a piece of your custard pie. If you think you know what he's talking about, you probably do. Because he's not talking about custard pie. Anyway, I digress. Cheers. Once again, here's to you, here's to me. If ever we should disagree, fuck you, here's to me. I figure at some point it's going to end up like one of those Teen Angst novels where we're all like a train carted off somewhere. We're somewhere between, Hunger Games and Divergent series. I chuckle about it now, but I see it coming, man. They're easing us into it. We're in a false sense of security right now. We're doing as we please, but they're limiting what we can buy, how much we can buy, the things we can buy. Our town calls material and in yarn non-essential items. That tells me they don't want us to make stuff. My wife kind of went, "What the hell?" I thinking, "Oh, that doesn't sound good, man." Somewhere between Orwell and all those others I mentioned earlier, man. I think our society is going to hell in a handbasket, man. It's a rather pretty handbasket, but nevertheless, we're going to hell in it. Anyways, I'm laughing about it because what the hell else are you going to do? At the moment, I don't know how much I can fix. I think all of us are trying to find out what's going on, and they're being real cagey about what information they're giving us, aren't they? And we're being led by the worst come-over in history. I mean, he's got the intelligence of a gerbil, and we're all supposed to believe he's got it under control. I mean, damn. Let's hope somebody behind the scenes has a little bit more on the ball. Anyway, here's to you, bad comb-over. Come and get me, Gestapo. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, brewer as a man. All right, good guys. Secret police, here I am.